Langston Hughes was born on February 1, 1902, and he passed away on May 22, 1967. Langston Hughes. The life in brief. Langston Hughes, one of the most influential figures of the Harlem Renaissance, was born on February 1, 1902 in Joplin, Missouri. His parents, James Nathaniel Hughes and Karen Mercer Langston, separated shortly after his birth, leaving Hughes to be raised primarily by his grandmother, Mary Patterson Langston, in Lawrence, Kansas. Her stories of abolitionists and African American pride deeply influenced Hughes, shaping his identity and future work. Hughes's early years were marked by instability and financial hardship. After his grandmother's death, he lived with family, friends, and his mother, moving frequently. Despite these challenges, Hughes discovered his love for writing in high school, where he began crafting poetry and short stories. His first published poem, The Negro Speaks of Rivers, written at just 17, showcased his talent and connection to African American heritage. In 1921, Hughes enrolled at Columbia University in New York City, but he left after a year due to racial prejudice and financial struggles. He immersed himself in Harlem's vibrant cultural scene, working odd jobs while continuing to write. In 1926, Hughes published his debut poetry collection, The Weary Blues, which earned critical acclaim and established him as leading voice of the Harlem Renaissance. His work celebrated Black culture, addressed racial injustice, and captured the everyday lives of African Americans with honesty and lyricism. Hughes's writing was deeply influenced by his travels. In the early 1920s, he worked as seaman, visiting West Africa and Europe. Later, he spent time in Paris and the American South, experiences that broadened his perspective and enriched his work. His poetry, essays, and plays often reflected his commitment to social justice and his belief in the power of art to inspire change. During the 1930s, Hughes became more politically active, aligning with leftist movements and using his writing to critique systemic racism and economic inequality. His works such as Let America Be America Again and I Too became anthems of hope and resilience. Hughes also ventured into theater, founding the Harlem Suitcase Theater and writing plays like Mulatto and Don't You Want to Be Free? In the 1940s and 1950s, Hughes continued to produce groundbreaking work, including the creation of his iconic character, Jesse B., simple Black Everman, whose witty observations on race and society appeared in newspaper columns and books. Hughes also wrote children's books, historical works, and autobiographies, including The Big C, 1940, and I Wonder as I Wander, 1956. Despite facing criticism from some Black intellectuals for his focus on working-class life and his refusal to conform to respectability politics, Hughes remained steadfast in his mission to portray the beauty and struggles of Black America. His work resonated with audiences across racial and cultural lines, cementing his legacy as a literary giant. Langston Hughes passed away on May 22, 1967, in New York City due to complications from prostate cancer. His death marked the end of a prolific career that spanned over 4 decades, during which he published more than 60 books. Hughes's influence endures, as his poetry and prose continue to inspire readers and writers worldwide. His commitment to celebrating Black culture and advocating for equality remains cornerstone of American literature.
Now, before we proceed with this incredible knowledge, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the Legends Mysteries channel if you haven't already activated notifications so you don't miss any Legends Mysteries knowledge, because it can ultimately change your life. Thanks for watching.